Hey friends, this is Poetic. I wanted to talk with you about Rainbow Six Extraction tips for new players. These are things that the game does not really explain to you, and I found them out, some of them through trial and error, and some of them through playing with prestige players on Maelstrom Protocol, which is a 9 subzone incursion on critical difficulty. So I'm going to choose Doc as an example. This is really important. Every time you unlock a primary weapon, we usually have a suppressor as the default setting. You want to get rid of that suppressor. The reason is damage. You can see here that the damage with the suppressor on is only 13 per bullet, whereas if I put on the extended barrel or the muzzle brake, it goes up to 22 damage. Excuse me. Um, we'll talk about extended barrels probably in another video. But you are much better off having a muzzle brake or an extended barrel or compensator on your primary weapon. This is the reason. You want your secondary weapon to be suppressed and as quiet as possible. Use this for taking out single enemies with headshots or weak point kills. However, you need a gun that can lay down as much damage as possible in a short amount of time, and that is your primary weapon. So this is your secondary is your stealthy suppressed weapon for taking out nests, getting weak points on unalerted enemies, and generally doing quiet wet work. This is for your firefight. You want your primary to be unsuppressed, do as much as damage as possible, and be as accurate as it possibly can. So get rid of the suppressor, put on a muzzle brake, a compensator, or a long barrel on your primary weapon. For your secondary weapon, have it suppressed. There are a couple of operators when you start out, I believe Alibi is one of them. She does not have a suppressed. You can't suppress her secondary weapon because it's a revolver, and yeah, Rook is another one. So you do have to suppress the primary weapon for those for your first few incursions until you rank up to I think level 6 and unlock a second handgun that you can put a suppressor on. The other thing, these aura grenades are so incredibly useful. So you can throw this out and it will lure and scan any Archeans within its radius. You can then choose to detonate it and either blow or stun all of them. This grenade will not a single grenade will not kill a tormentor. It will not kill a lurker. It will not kill a smasher or an apex, but all the other enemies it will kill. This is just incredibly useful tool. This is my go-to for pretty much all of my characters. At first, this is Tech Tier 3. I think you can unlock this almost immediately, the aura grenade. But yeah, that is the number one thing that I use. I've tried, I think, almost all of these except for the field wall. That just didn't seem very helpful because I would just find cover. But it costs, you see here, up in the upper right hand corner of my screen it says RC. I believe those are called like rainbow credits or something. You're here in the shop, and things React credits, sorry, that's what they are, React credits. So over here in this category you can buy them with money. Don't do that. Instead, do the Maelstrom protocol. And in the middle left-hand side of the screen, you'll see under Weekly Study, it says score 20,000 points in a single Maelstrom Protocol incursion, and your reward will be 120 React credits. Once you get those, come to this shop and go here to Categories and go over here to React Tech. Oh, I've already bought everything, so it says no content is available. But these individual weapons, which I can still show you them. Let's go here. Is it this one? No.
We've teamed up with multiple
There we go.
space
Here.
agencies
So
who
these
all
are
want
your
in on
regular
React's future
React
discoveries.
gear,
We could learn
which
how
you
to stop
unlock as you
parasite
level up.
mutations from even occurring.
So I pressed L3. This is the Crisis gear. Each of these costs 3 React credits. The Ore Grenade is one of them. This is the most useful one you'll see players using. This auto turret, I believe this unlocks for free with doing the Maelstrom protocol. I'm not entirely sure on that. But this one is very useful for the character Echo. And this repulsion harness is very good if you get swarmed. It will blow back or obliterate enemies that are swarming you. But if you can only buy one, I would say buy the Ore Grenade first, the Auto Turret second, the Repulsion Harness third, and the Rush Pistol. I've never used it. I have seen other people use it. But this Ore Grenade is a game changer. It's the number one tool. This and the Recon drone are the number 1 and 2 tools that allow these incursions, when you do one, severe and critical. The Ore Grenade and the XR Recon drone allow you to solo these. Those tools are just so amazing. Okay, so let's see what we have. So yeah, for your primary weapon, I would advise a Compensator. Some people prefer a muzzle brake. If you can equip a long barrel, I like the long barrels, but Compensators would be my second choice if a long barrel is not available. Suppress your secondary weapon. And just for a rule of thumb, this is my experience. Go for a higher magazine, a higher bullet count in your magazine than damage. Like this P90, compared to a lot of other guns, 22 is not a lot of damage, but its capacity is 50, which means less reloading. And a single headshot or a single weak point shot on any enemy will kill them. So doing a lot of damage is not as important as where you aim. Plus, the more bullets you have, the less you need to reload. And that death during reloading is very common for new players. Okay, so Ore Grenade here for explosive, and then for gear, I just had this on for running an incursion with a different incursion, but normally, if I was doing this solo, I would take the XR Recon drone. I know, the Revive kit is my second choice when I'm playing with other people and one of them has a drone. But in Doc's case, he can revive himself, so I'm not equipping the Revive kit. And I was playing with somebody that was Echo using the Yokai drone, so I didn't need the XR Recon drone. But this is what my normal setup would look like for, I think, the other 17 operators. Or a grenade for the explosive, XR Recon drone for the gear, suppressed secondary weapon, and unsuppressed primary with a compensator or muzzle brake on it. I hope that helps.